Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is 6:30 Monday morning, May 22. I was not able to get any sleep, so I've been on since around 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. Eastern Time, going through some charts, doing a couple updates, cleaning up some things. And again, quick video here for just free today. We have a plethora of speakers, and we start at 8:30 in the morning with Fed Bullard. Cash Carry already spoke here, talking about significantly more bank capital will increase resilience, argues for higher levels of bank capital in an essay. Uh, Bullard at 8:30, he is one of the most hawkish Fed members. Later in the morning, we get Daly, Bostic, and Barkin headlines and bullshit tweets and bullshit rumors can be coming out at any point during the day about the debt ceiling. Republicans, very obviously, don't want the deal. Democrats, very obviously, want the deal, but don't care if they don't get it because then they can point the finger at the Republicans because, again, you have an election year coming up next year. From what I've been able to read, it is showing somewhere like June 1, June 14, when the U.S. is insolvent. Whatever. Wednesday, we got Janet Yellen. So, quick little reminders for you here. Today, Monday, is 12 trading sessions since we have had a minus 1% visit. Minus 1% for today is right at 41.50. So it is not an aggressive trade to play, but it is something to be very well aware of as we are heading into the end of the month and the end of everything that's going on. Real quick, we've got bad news. We've got a gap up on the VIX. So we obviously have to be very well paying attention to that. It's 45 cents below where we are right now, and gaps on the VIX, unfortunately, like to fill when they are on the downside. When they are on the upside, like way up here, when we've got the SPX up at down at 40.60, still unfilled. So anyway, something for you to be very well aware of. Micron, bad news last night. Micron, really bad news last night. China saying they failed their cyber test, whatever. .com euphoria neck right here at 67.38. Big gap down here on Micron. Micron has affected NVIDIA. Got a little bit of a move to the downside on NVIDIA and its little sister AMD. Same exact thing. Little bit of a move to the downside after already having gone a little bit far and beyond where it needed to be. So that's your AMD. Facebook also had some news overnight where it is being fined 1.3 billion by the EU for sharing data. A little bit of a move down. That was very euphoric where it moved up to anyway. And that 236 line is still there. Go back over here. Again, NVIDIA's got earnings this week, so obviously it's not in play unless you are very much into the risk-taking portion of it. Everybody that I know, even myself, that has read through their previous quarterlies, all they're doing is hyping AI. That's it. Yes, their data center is generating some revenue, but they are losing a lot of money on inventory of hard supply that they have manufactured that is not being bought. The gaming center, the gaming industry is really hurting them, so it is what it is. AMD, you already know about that. Apple, we got a little bit of a move here as well overnight. Obviously, that Micron had a lot to do with everything. I have been very stagnant or very strong about this 173.88. It's very clear that we are still well above that earnings gap that needs to get filled down below. And last but not least, on this crew, Microsoft, untouchable. Doesn't matter what Jeffrey Epstein had dirt on Bill Gates and Bill Gates' old company. Microsoft, untouchable, not going anywhere. Talk real quick here with Google. Google, again, same thing, 20% from the all-time highs at 122. For me, still, it's this 118. Above this 118 is nothing but a trap. Obviously, going in there and trapping everyone Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with all their AI talk, the trap is there. The trap is set. Last but not least, I will leave you with Tesla. Tesla here, do or die. Do or die on Tesla being up here at this 176, how it filled the earnings gap. And we will zoom out here on Tesla. And as you can see here, you've got a 1, 2, 3, very clean, or an ABC. This right here is your breaking point. You fail over here. You've got gaps down here below that are very happy to go get filled. So do or die over on Tesla. I'm hearing stories from people in the auto industry that say they can't sell stuff. So for futures, really slow. We've come down to that 41.86 on the ES, and we're just kind of trolling sideways. We're only down 1.5 points as of right now. The NQ, a little bit better as we capitulated everything that needed to be done to go fill every gap going all the way up to August. Now starting to see a fractional little bearish move to the downside after having already moved there earlier on the gap down overnight. 13,793, something to watch. Obviously over here at 13,722, but most importantly is right here, 13,626. That would be a 200-point move to the downside from where we are. Pretty standard for the NQ, but again, being as high as it is, don't see much upside, especially with 4 green weeks already. So that's where we're at. That's where we're heading into. And again, I will just remind you, 12 trading sessions without a minus 1% move. So it is something to be very well aware of. 4 hours. The SPX, decent overbought signal, but very overbought as we were there going into the end of last week on the NQ on the Nasdaq. Over here on the 4 hour. The 4 hour I point out because it has the power. It has the power for those larger moves if they do make one to the downside. So something there to be considered about, that we are very much overbought over there on the 4 hour. CMG, I went ahead and charted because a couple of people are playing it and asking about it. I like this look here because it's a 1, 2, 3, perfect 1, 2, 3 right to the 161.8. Cycle 261.8 up here at 2137. We're up here at 2110. The old all-time highs at 1958. If this was to get an aggressive 4, the dip would be down here to fill the earnings, down here right under 1800. So a couple of people have asked me about it. There you are. I'm showing you my view. Booking, I like it again. 1, 2, 3, perfect 161.8 extension hit. I've been saying for many years, 2703, anything up there at 2703 is your short. Worked over here back in April, worked over here in the beginning of May. Now you have your breakup above it. A drop down on booking for a good bullish wave 4 down to 2385 would be pretty perfect. So for today, safe. I like the 4220, 4215s. As of right now, you got a 60-cent bid. Maybe because you have that VIX gap, maybe you can get close to $1. Maybe. For a more aggressive, using price data for what it is, I still like the 4205, 4200s. As of right now, only $1.60 bid. Maybe get $2 on it. Maybe. But again, a lot of Fed speakers today. Up until lunch. Debt ceiling headlines any time of the day. No clue when they come out. No clue what they say. But we are subject to those. So I will see you guys in the chat room. And I am going to try and get a little bit of rest before we get going. So have a good morning.